Hey, what is up guys, Phoenix here, and welcome back to another pixel art tutorial for our Inosuke from Demon Slayer pixel art. So where we last left off, we did half of his hair, so we're gonna do the other half now, and then if it's done in enough time, we'll probably move on to like the ears and stuff, or if it takes about the same amount of time as last time, for the other half, we'll just end right there. But where we last left off, we have this 3 vertical just chilling right here that I had you guys mark. And we can resume from there. So let's actually put a placement block on top of it to start it off. First thing we're going to do is we're going to work with the left side of it, and then we're going to come back to it a little bit later, and then we're going to add stuff to the right. So don't remove this placement block yet. What we're going to do to start is we're just going to go up and to the left, 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And like I said, we're leaving this placement block alone because we're going to come back to it later and build off to the right of it. Anyways, from those 2 verticals, we're going to go up and to the left, 4 verticals. So placement block on top, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from that 4 vertical, we're going to go to the top block, and we're going to add 1 coal to the right, and then 1 coal on top of that new block to the right, like so. What we're also going to do from that top block in the 4 vertical is we're going to put a placement block on top so that we can go up and to the left, 2 vertical. Now what we're doing here is his hair forks in 2 directions. As you can see, the piece of hair that we finished on last time doesn't have anything it's connecting to, so we need to build the arch for that. But also it overlaps this pointed part right here, so we're going to build the arch for that new piece that we're going to start. So it may not make any sense what I just said, but we're just going to build it anyway, so hopefully you're able to follow along. So let's start with the left side first, where we have this 2 vertical, and we're going to put a placement block on top, and we're going to go up into the left 1 single, up into the left 2 vertical 2 times in a row, 1, 2, 1, 2, up into the left 6 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up into the left 2 vertical, 1, 2, up into the left 4 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, I'm just deleting the placement blocks and then adding a new one each time, so you know you don't get caught up. Up into the left 5 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up into the left 4 vertical again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Placement block on top. Up into the left 7 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up into the left 6 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then finally, we're just going to go and switch directions now, up into the right 5 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from there, we can actually drop back down, like I said, and go to the right side, where we have this 2 vertical up here. That was directly connected to the 4 vertical, not the one all the way at the bottom from the start of the tutorial. Literally this one that we have right here connected to the 4 verticals top block. Alright, give yourself a second to make sure you are caught up or on the right spot. And we're going to go to the top block in this little 2 vertical that's hanging off. And we're going to go up and to the right from it, 2 vertical 2 times in a row. So let's put our placement block to the top or right side. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up and to the right 1 single. Up and to the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. Up and to the right 1 single. Up and to the right 2 vertical 3 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And then finally 1, 2, that's 3. Up and to the right 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. From that 3 vertical, we're going to go up and to the right 4 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to the right 7 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then finally up and to the right 11 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. So now we can delete all these placement blocks, and as you can see from the right hand camera screen, this is like a mirror of the left side being started, which is why I had this V shape right here. But we still have to do, I think, about 3 more frills in his hair and then connect it back down to his chin. So let's drop all the way back down to where we started, and we had that initial placement block. Remember, I told you we're going to work with the right side eventually. So this one right here, you can know if you're in the right spot is if the 2 verticals on the left side, and then we had the placement block. It's literally at the bottom close to the tip. We're going to go to where we had the dirt block, and on the right side of it, we're going to put 3 coal going to the right. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. From there, we're going to be going up and to the right. Sorry about any background noise. There's like somebody's doing like donuts through my neighborhood, and I paused the video to try and wait for them to go, and they came back again. That's very weird. Anyways, from here we're going to be going up and to the right a lot, so you can put your placement block to the top each time and you should be fine. We're going to go up and to the right 1 single, and that last part rhymed, and that was kind of cringe. Up and to the right 2 flat, 1, 2. So what, up and to the right 2 singles, 1, 2. Up and to the right 2 vertical, 1, 2. Technically we can't start the right eye right here, but later on in his other piece of his hair, there's literally a piece of his eye touching the hair. That's a lot more easier to start with, so I think we'll ignore the eye for now and leave some empty space right here, and we'll come back to it later. So placement block on top, up and to the right 1 single, up and to the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row, 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2, up and to the right 1 single again. And we're keeping the numbers relatively small because this is a very curvy part of his hair. We don't want any abrupt and jagged changes. So from here, we're going to go up and to the right, 2 vertical, and we're going to do that 4 times in a row. So count carefully. 1, 2, that's 1. Placement block to the top or right side. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And then finally, 1, 2, that's 4. So there we go. 2 vertical, 4 times in a row. Now what we can do is from that first set of 2 verticals, so this one all the way on the bottom, we can go to the top block in it, and we can put 4 pieces of coal directly to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can mark those 4. We're going to do something later to hopefully connect back to it, and once we connect back to the 4, we'll remove these placement blocks. But just in case if it doesn't, we'll know that something's off. Anyways, now let's go to the top set of 2 verticals, so this one right here. And we can put a placement block on top and continue, and we'll go up and to the right 1 single, up and to the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up and to the right 1 single again, up and to the right 2 vertical, 1, 2. Up and to the right 1 single, 1. And then finally up and to the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. So placement block to the top or right side. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, oops, 2. Oh my god, 2. 2, 2, there we go. Oh my goodness, I'm so bad. I'm so sorry, guys. Anyways, from this last set of 2 vertical, we can bring that the frill back down from the bottom block, but we can also do a little bit of line work up into his hair, kind of like what we did with the others. So we're going to go to the top block first, and we're going to go up into the right 8 vertical, so placement block to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to return to the bottom block in that 2 vertical, so mark it if you need to, or just keep it in your memory. We'll be back in like literally like 30 seconds. From that 8 vertical, we're going to go to the top block and put a placement block above it, so that we can go up and to the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And then finally a placement block above it, so we can go up and to the left 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Now we can go back down to that 2 vertical that I said we're going to come back to the bottom block, so just kind of drop right back down there, and we can resume. So from that 2 vertical on the bottom block, we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row, so placement block underneath. 1, 2, 1, 2, down into the right 13 vertical, so count carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then finally 13. And then we can go back up and delete this placement block like so. From that 13 vertical, we're going to go to the second to last block from the bottom, so this block right here, and we're going to put 7 pieces of coal to the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From that 7, we're going to put a placement block underneath and go down into the left 2 flat. 1, 2. And as you can see, it connected to the 4 flat we already had waiting there at the diagonal, so you can get rid of those placement blocks. And then we can go back to the 13 vertical. From the bottom block in the 13 vertical now, so this last one right here, we're going to go underneath it and go down into the left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. From that bottom block in that 2 vertical, we're going to do a couple of things. First, to the left side of it, we're going to add 6 more coal to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you're having trouble distinguishing which is the block that we're starting with, just put a marker on it for now so you don't lose track of it. So we put 6 to the left of this starting block. Then from those 6 to the left, we're going to go to the end and go down into the left 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can return back to that bottom block in the 2 vertical. The next thing we're going to do with it is we're going to add 1 piece of coal to the right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go below it and put 1 coal below it. From that 1 coal below, we're going to put 1 to the left, like so. And then we can remove that placement block. From that 1 to the left we just added, we can go down into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And we can mark that 2 vertical to come back to later when we're ready to start the eye, but we're not ready to yet. So now what we're going to do is, instead of working with this 2 vertical, we're going to go back up to where we have this 2 flat that just connected to the 2 vertical. So literally right connected to it. And we're going to add 2 more coals to the right. So 1, 2, just like that. So now this should be 4 in length. Pause if you need to, guys. This is very confusing. As you can see, all these blocks are clumped up and it's very messy. But you guys, if you're just zoomed out and pay close attention, you should be just fine. So from this 4 flat now that we've created, what we're going to do is we only care about these 2 blocks on the right on the end over here. So these 2. And first what we're going to do is on this final block, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. So place a block underneath. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And then the second to last block that we already had that single above it, we're going to go to that single we have above. And then we're going to go up into the right from it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 singles in a row. So place a block to the top or right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. A good way to know that you're lined up correctly is if the final block in your single spree is lined up with the 7 flat over here. As you can see, they're on the same level, so that's a good indicator that you're doing it correctly. There also should be about 3 spaces in between them if you want to be extra careful. So yeah, 3 spaces. Alright. Now that we have those singles placed, what we're going to do is go to the second to last and the final one. So these 2 right here at the top. And the second to last block is gonna just get a little extension for the eyebrows. We're gonna go down into the right from it, 2 flat 2 times in a row. So place a block underneath. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And then we're gonna just finish up this little extension by going down into the right 1 single. 1. And basically what that was is, as you can see, the 7 flat over here is part of his eyebrow. So it goes behind this hair frill and then continues over here. The little detail doesn't look too clear right now, but once we finish the outline and add the colors in, you'll be able to see. Or if you see the thumbnail of the video, you can see that the eyebrow kind of just goes through the hair, and that's how we get that effect. Anyways, enough chit chat. Let's go to the top block in those singles. So this one right here, and we're gonna put a placement block on top so that we can go up into the right 2 vertical 4 times in a row. So count carefully. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3, and then finally 1, 2, that's 4. Perfect. From there, we're going to go up and to the right, 2 flat, 1, 2. And from that 2 flat, we're going to go to the right block, so this one right here. And I want you to put 1 block below it, like so, and then 7 blocks going above it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From the 1 block below, we can continue working with that to bring the frame to his chin, but we want to work with the 7 above just to do what we've always been doing with the frills in the hair, just adding a little bit of extra curvature to it. So we're going to go to the top first, and we're going to put a placement block above it and go up and to the right, 6 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up and to the right, 10 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up and to the left, 2 vertical, 1, 2. Up and to the left, 3 singles, 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left, 2 flat, 1, 2. Up and to the left, 1 single. Up and to the left, 2 flat again, 1, 2. And then finally up and to the left, 2 singles, 1, 2. Perfect. Now this is looking really good on that right hand camera screen. You can see we're literally almost done with most of the hair detail. There's a little bit more to do with it, especially with the shading, but the shading bit should only take a little bit of time. So let's drop back down to where we had that segment that we added the 1 below and the 7 above. And we're going to go to the 1 below now and work with that. So from the 1 below, we're going to put a placement block underneath and go down into the right, 12 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Delete that old placement block and then put a new one underneath. Down into the left, 5 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down into the left, 4 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down into the left, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. And from that 3 vertical, we're going to do a few things. First, from the top block in it, we're going to go to the left side and add an extra 2 pieces of coal to the left. 1, 2, just like that. And then put a marker on them. Then we're going to go to the bottom block in that 3 vertical. And we're going to put 1 to the left and 1 to the right, just like that. So it's like an upside down T shape now. From that upside down T shape, we're going to go to the left block we just added. And I want to put a marker on it because I think we're going to come back to that later for the eyeball. But we're going to go to the right block we added now, and we're going to go up and to the right, 2 flat, 2 times in a row. So placement block to the top our right side, 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2. I know that looks a little bit confusing what we did with the placement blocks right there, but I don't know if what we're building right here in the eyeball is going to be with the white wool or the coal yet, so that's why I just wanted to put a marker there. So these are the 2 markers we have. We're going to continue with the 2 flats over here. From there, we're going to go up into the right, 3 flat, 1, 2, 3. And then from that 3 flat, we're going to go to the final block on the right over here and add an extra coal underneath. Then we actually need to bring that frill up into the corner. So what we're going to do is that 1 block we just added to the bottom, we're going to mark it for now and come back to it in literally like a minute. But from this top block, or this last block in the 3 flat, we're going to go up and to the right from it, 4 singles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're then going to go up and to the right, 2 vertical. So placement block on top, 1, 2. Up and to the right, 6 singles now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I don't recommend you guys not using placement blocks unless you guys are very seasoned veterans of the pixel art community. Otherwise, just use your placement blocks so you don't mess up. Up and to the right, 2 vertical, 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up and to the right, 2 singles. 1, 2. Up and to the right 4 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to the right 5 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up and to the right 10 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then it's going to start curving left now and just flattening out. So we're going to switch direction to go to the left side, and we're going to go up into the left 2 vertical, 1, 2. Up into the left 3 singles, 1, 2, 3. Up into the left 2 flat, 1, 2. And then finally we're going to just put our placement block there and go up into the left 8 singles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's it for this little frill. So we can actually go all the way back down with it and just follow it back to that 3 flat we had down here with that bottom single that we just kind of left a marker on. Alright, so now we're on the home stretch to hopefully bring this down to the jawline. So hopefully everything connects for you guys here, because I would hate for it to get this far and then you guys not connect where you're supposed to. But if you guys have been looking at the right hand camera screen, you should be fine. So from that single on the bottom, we're going to go down into the left 1 single. Down into the left 2 vertical, 1, 2. Down into the left 2 singles, 1, 2. Down into the left 2 vertical, 1, 2. Down into left 2 singles, 1, 2. And from those 2 singles, we're going to go to the bottom block in it. And we're going to put an extra 2 coal to the right, 1, 2. From those extra 2 coals to the right, we're going to go to this one all the way on the right here. And we're going to put an extra 3 coal underneath, 1, 2, 3. From that 4 vertical now, we're going to go underneath it. And we're going to go down into the left 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. Down into the left 4 vertical again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down into the left 3 vertical again, 1, 2, 3. Down to left 2 vertical. We're going to do this 3 times in a row. Sorry about that. And count carefully. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And then once we have those 3 sets of 2 vertical, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the final one. So this bottom one right here. And we're going to put 3 below it. 1, 2, 3. And then mark those 3. Alright, because we're going to come back to that later. That's going to be part of the hair that extends down. So that's why I just want to have a little marker to remember it. But to the left of each of those 3, we're going to put 1 block. So 1, 1, 1. Just like that. Now from those 3 we put on the left, we're going to go underneath them and go down into left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Down into left 3 vertical again. 1, 2, 3. Down into left 1 single. Down into left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Down into left 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, it connected at the diagonal right here. So if it did, that's a good job. You can remove those placement blocks now. And that completes the entire face shape pretty much. So now the only thing we have to worry about are the hairlines, the inner eye details, and the shading. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this part, and congratulations on making it this far. If you did like this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more pixel art content. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.